Anytime you are knitting something where you force the knitting to diverge from its normal path or change direction or join two pieces together, you are likely to get a hole. See it there? So in this, if you've never made a mitten before, I started this one at the cuff. I worked up to here, and then I made what is called a gusset. And a gusset is an extra set of stitches that fits in between the existing stitches and creates an expansion. Oftentimes, this is used to accommodate the shape of a body part, in this case, the thumb. Up to this point, this was knit in the round. Once I've achieved the depth of my thumb gore, I am going to take these stitches, put them on hold, and let them wait while I finish the rest of the hand. Then I come back and I pick these stitches up and also one here at the join. Clear as mud, right? But this one here at the join, I'll take my hand out, you can see can be problematic. At the moment, it's a really loosey-goosey looking thing. In socks, that often happens at the tippy top of a gusset. If you're doing sweaters that are done in one piece from the top down or the bottom up, where you knit in a tube up to the underarms, and then you put sleeves in there where the sleeves diverge from the body, you often get these little holes. They're annoying. Nobody likes them, and everybody feels like they do a really bad job of cleaning them up. So I thought I would show you here in Weaving in Ends how I use the ends to do that. So the first thing we have to do is find the tail that is from the gusset. I usually leave myself a generous tail, and generous tail means 8 to 12 inches, something along those lines, because I'm going to use it to close those holes. There are likely to be holes on either side of my picked up stitches. They could be less pronounced on one side than the other, but they're there. These are also compounded by the fact that there's a lace stitch over here, so lots of fun. The first thing I want to do is push my tapestry needle to the right side of the work, because frankly, I don't care what it looks like on the wrong side. I want to know that the right side looks correct. So I'm just poking my tapestry needle up into one of these holes. There we go. Look at that. So here is what was that loosey-goosey stitch that I tightened up. Now I've got this hole over here. This hole happens to be a purl stitch. It's right at the base of a purl stitch, and I need to do something to make it look like there is a stitch in here. You could just run your yarn in a little circle around here, but I find that to be inelegant. We'll go with inelegant. Instead, I want to do something that looks a little more planned. So what I want to do is anchor down in here somewhere and then create another purl that fills this space. Right here at the base of this whole mess, I'm going to find right there. No, it's back there, I promise. The back side of one of those stitches. And I'm just going to run my thread under it to give myself the base of the purl stitch. Now I'm going to come over here, and this is really more intuition than fact. Make sure you don't sew your thumb hole closed, really do it. But I want a purl, and a purl comes from underneath, goes across, and comes back down, and then goes back to the same place that it started. So I'm going to try this one and see how I like it. Well, that's pretty good. Not too bad at all. A little tiny bit here, but I suspect when I go to the other side, that's going to pull that closed. Over here, I have this tiny little thumb hole right here next to this great big hole that is a lace hole. So I am going to go over one of these and under one of these, because if you just go over, it makes a great big line, right? But I'm going to move myself over here. And look, it did pull this closed. Great. Now I have one over here to worry about. I really like how that plan worked before, so I want to go up in here and anchor myself in the back side of this column of knits. And then I need to create a purl to fill this gap. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go up, whoop, and unthread my tapestry needle, very graceful. Then I'm going to come over here, and it is not exactly tracing the path of a stitch, and that's okay. There is no path of a stitch to trace here. That's why there's a gap. Oh, that came out very nice. I like it. Not all of them are as successful as this. It's really kind of an art, a touch and feel, and see what you like best kind of deal. But I'm kind of liking this one. So I'm going to poke my tapestry needle into the inside. So my thread goes to the inside. There's my thumb gusset. No more holes. I can stick my hand in there so you can see. And then I would just weave in my ends like normal. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, there we go. Ta-da! Thumb. No great big hole on either side of my thumb gusset. Yay! Then you would just weave it in normally. Again, this one is a rib, so I probably would run it up and down inside the mitten at the base of the gusset.